Welcome back to another episode of The Run with your host, Manny Wilson. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at _Manny30. Now, these games in week 3, let's get straight into it, man. I had the Falcons against the Saints. I chose the Falcons to win. The game went to OT. Falcons ended up losing 43-37, but I was completely wrong. I'll admit it. It blew my mind. I said the Saints was probably going to come out a little slow. It's a big rivalry, and usually the Saints start off slow. But, I mean, they came out hard, so I didn't have anything to say. Drew Brees showed up, of course, like he always does. He broke Brett Favre's record for the most NFL career completions. And, in NFL history, he broke the record. Michael Thomas broke a record for the most catches in the first 3 games of the NFL season. It was 35. Now it's 38. Drew Brees, man, he played amazing. He definitely brought this team the dub. He took it home, especially in OT. When the game went to OT, I mostly knew it was kind of over. It was money time because that was the time for Drew Brees to do what he does best. He threw for 396 with 3 passing TDs. He was going off, and he ran in a TD as well. That reminded me about Atlanta's defense. I'm going to get right back to that in a second. But the Falcons, they did play good as well. Both teams offensively came to play, but there were some mistakes on the Falcons side of the ball. Mostly defensively. Defensively, they were missing tackles a lot. They just weren't capitalizing where they should have. It was way too many missed tackles during the late game where they really should have capitalized. There's no way Drew Brees should be just running the ball in the end zone after just walking out to the side, ran out the pocket, and curved over to the left, and linebacker missed the tackle and then took out the other guy who could have made a tackle. And there it is. Drew Brees got a touchdown. They just had to step up, and defense really decided the game. They got to do better during crunch time. I mean, the Saints, they also started killing Atlanta's defense in the fourth. Taysom Hill, he was running all over us. The times he did run, I think he ran about 3 or 4 times or maybe 2 or 3 plays and picked up first downs just about every time. I don't know why we didn't see it coming. We should have prepped more for that or just, prepare more in the game, make a quick change and get that over with. OT, game went over to OT, man, and it was let's watch what Drew Brees can do. Matt Ryan played pretty good. I was happy to see that the offense was moving thoroughly and the offense was moving fluently as well. I was very happy to see that, but obviously they just couldn't get it done. So I'm not really too upset. I was hurt that I was wrong about this game, but Drew Brees did what he did. It was very entertaining, and he brought the dub home 43-37. My next game was the Cowboys and the Seahawks. I should have known, man. I should have known not to go with them damn Cowboys. I don't know what. I think I was just caught up so much on last week. Man, they played really good in week 2, and then this week they looked like a completely different team, and I should have known that was going to happen. Russell Wilson, he played good. Both teams started off struggling in the beginning, and second quarter, Seahawks picked it up. Russell Wilson did his thing. Like I said, he was putting passes on the money. It was entertaining, and he threw for 192, 3 TDs, 61% completion rate, going crazy. But man, I don't know what was wrong with the Cowboys, but I didn't think they was going to come out and fold a little bit. But, man, that's kind of what happened. I was proved wrong. I did think the Cowboys were at home, too, and that had a lot to do with it. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse because it's over with now at this point. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, Cowboys, they played bad. They played really bad, man, and they couldn't really get anything going for most of the game, for a good chunk of the game. They were 3 for 13 on third down conversions. Couldn't get anything going. Seahawks, they sacked Prescott 4 times. I think he threw 2 interceptions. They both went to Earl Thomas, and they both were crucial key moments. Earl Thomas picked them off late game when it looked like they had a chance to come alive. I do think they should have fed Ezekiel Elliott much more, man, because he was running the ball. He had a great game, and maybe if he had more touches, it could have resulted in a different game. But I mean, of course, many things you can always point at many things and say this is what caused us the game. But Ezekiel Elliott, he rushed for 127 and 16 attempts, and it looked as if the Cowboys were going to make it a game. But that defense, man, Seahawks defense, they came there and they came to play. They was at home, man. So if I was thinking straight, I would have just went with them anyway. I would have went with them. I'm not flipping teams, but I would have went with the Seahawks anyway, man. I should have known Cowboys was going to do this. But Hawks got the dub 24-13. And, whew, this Patriots and Lions game, damn, man. I don't know how this even happened. The Lions ended up winning 26-10. This was probably the most shocking game that I watched all weekend. I'm not even upset that I'm wrong about this game. I'm actually pretty excited that I'm wrong about this game. I don't mind being wrong when I'm predicting the games because it gives me something to talk about. It gives me to correct myself. It gives me chances to find what I was thinking, find out what I was thinking within myself. But look, I want to apologize to these Detroit Lions fans. I called you guys kitty cats, man. Obviously, y'all came out roaring. I don't know what it was. I think my prediction of what happened, I thought that Bill Belichick was going to come out there and just own Matt Patricia from a coaching standpoint. But obviously, they both knew something about each other. If you watch that first play of the game, I believe it was the first play of the game, the Patriots linebacker, he knew exactly what the call was. Or Matthew Stafford, he was talking and changing the call, or he was giving a play. And the linebacker knew exactly what the call was. So obviously the Patriots knew something, but thinking even further, Matt Patricia knew something as well because he broke this defense down, man. He beat the hell out of the Patriots. I was shocked. The Lions out of all teams, but they moved the ball very effective. Let me get into it. Kerryon Johnson, he rushed for more yards than the Patriots' entire team. Patriots couldn't get the ball in the end zone or in the red zone. They couldn't get the ball in the red zone. They was 1 for 4 trying to get the ball in the red zone. Pats, they only had 12 first downs the entire game. They didn't score until the third quarter. We're 2 for 9 on third down conversions. They did their thing. I give the Lions their props. They did their thing, but it was hard for me to even think about the Lions pulling off this upset, thinking they lost to the 49ers and they got blew out by the Jets, but yet they were going to beat the best team in the AFC. It was hard for me to even believe that. It was very hard for me to believe that. I was proud. It was a crazy game. It was definitely a shocker, and hey, they did their thing. So I give them their props, man. Hopefully they keep it up. That was a good game. I mean, the Patriots, they lost back-to-back 2 weeks straight. So hey, Lions did get that dub though, 26-10. That was a crazy game. Yeah, I was right about the Eagles. The Eagles did take a dub against the Colts. They won 20-16. I'm not really gonna talk about this game. I mean, this game was Carson Wentz. He played good, but I was right about this game. So I'm gonna just leave it alone. I want to get to the part where I was wrong. Green Bay and Redskins. Redskins ended up beating the Packers. Yeah, they ended up beating the Packers 31-17. This was another crazy game. Man, Redskins, they came out in the first half and just went bananas, man. Adrian Peterson, it was great to see him play like he did, man. He rushed for 120. He slapped up 2 TDs. Alex Smith played well. He also played well. He had 12. He was 12 for 20, 220 yards, threw for 2 TDs, and they came out crazy. First half was mostly when they did all of their scoring. The second half, if you watched it, the second half, you really went without the scoreboard. You really wouldn't have known what the score was because it was kind of like that was the time where the Packers could have came and they could have striked and made the comeback, but they didn't. Redskins held it down. First half was just amazing. Their defense came out hard as well, had 4 sacks. And the Packers they were 1 for 2 in the red zone, 50%. But, I mean, they were only there twice. So, the time they did get there, one of them was a deep bomb. That was a nice play on there. Aaron Rodgers, he did come on the ball. I enjoy watching Aaron Rodgers do his thing. Like I said, you wouldn't have really known what the score was, but because that first half was so crazy and because the Skins did light up the scoreboard in the first half, that's really what made the difference. Packers, they did drop a few passes. They fumbled the ball in some key moments. The fourth quarter was like the slow period. Well, for both teams, it was just more of a defensive stops, a lot of defensive stops. But clearly the Skins kept pushing. they didn't give up, and they ended up taking that dub, man, 31-17. Thank you guys for tuning in with me, Manny Wilson, on The Run. You all have a great day today.